Good day, everyone. So let's look at the market to see what next for the market. I'm using QQQ for the analysis. For NASDAQ, I like to use QQQ. Always know that the technology leads the market. The technology leads the market, and we are in a technology era. So looking at QQQ, if you had watched my previous videos where I said we have already extended, and I even came to the day trade where the day chart where I said we have gone up the first level on the day, gone up the second level on the day, gone up the third level on the day, that on this fourth level that wants to go, if it goes up, that I am not going to participate because it's already overly extended and we are expecting a correction. That is a pullback, but it's a healthy pullback. There is something about the market. News will always trigger the market, but it is when the market is due for correction or for a pullback that news will have an effect. Let's assume it's happening around this area. Even this news of rare earth material between China and the USA wouldn't have triggered this to drop like this. But because the market is already extended and needed this pullback, we are not going into a correction just like we had here on this side between February till April. No, it's not this kind of pullback. This kind of correction we are going to get. No, we are only having a pullback to the weekly 50 RSI. This blue line here, this particular one, this is where we are coming, which will coincide with this 50 RSI, and as well it will coincide with our 23.6% Fibonacci retracement. That is where we are coming to resume our level 2 weekly move. Let me quickly say this: if you cannot trade individual stocks because you don't know how to do the analysis, it's better you trade QQQ. You can go for the TQQQ, which is a triple QQQ. You can be trading that. As a matter of fact, we dropped here. I picked up some stocks on my TQQ portfolio. I picked up some stocks already on this first, although I know we are coming here, but I picked up some stocks here. So when coming to this particular area, I'm going to buy more. A majority of the people lose money in the stock market simply because once the market start dropping, they will panic and sell off everything, and then by the time it has already gone down and start coming up and they are entering, before they will have the courage to enter the market, it's already overly extended. They are doing opposite of what they should be doing. How do I mean? When things are getting cheaper is when you're supposed to buy, and not when it's getting expensive. But in this stock market, people are controlled by emotion, so they always buy when it's expensive, thinking that is the best time. We're talking about business. This is real business. I know I drew this line here on this particular zone. I am not expecting the market to get to this zone. If we are running into correction, because this is a pullback we are having, if we are running into correction, getting to this point, okay, fine, this is where I will start to prepare to buy for a deep correction. That is for a correction if we are going to correction. But this is just a pullback, which I am not anticipating it to get to this point. I am anticipating it to get here, or just go a little bit deeper and then turn back. Most of the news that you hear that triggers the market, these are still news that wouldn't have done anything if we are at the moving phase of this market. But because we have already gotten to the point of correction, this news now triggered it, because there is always something that will trigger the pullback or correction, and it's always happening when we are at the point of that pullback or correction. That is when that news will now take a stronger effect. I won't talk much, but I'm just here to let people know that if you are already in the market and it is dropping against you, do not panic to sell. Do not panic to sell. Or I told you before to start taking your profit. When we were at this area, in this area, I said start taking some profit off the table. If you had watched my video, I said start taking some of your profit off the table, that we are expecting a pullback sooner than you think. I said it there, sooner than you think. I even said, is it October or October? I also mentioned that it is within that week or the next week, which that week was just this week that just finished, and now we are entering a new week. I said either in this week or next week that we should be expecting it. But people wouldn't have, everybody would just say, who knows him? Nobody knows him. So they don't even bother to adhere to my admonitions and recommendations. So, but if you're already caught up in this pullback and you are feeling so bad, don't feel too bad. We are not into recession. If we are into recession, that is when you'll be scared that this will continue down. And watch out, majority of the people who have lost a lot of money in the market, if they never sold their stocks, for example, even when it is correcting, they will still be making money now. They would have been on profit. But because whenever it's dropping, they will hurry to sell off everything. They will always be in a loss. They will always be in a loss. So how do you manage your portfolio? When I have told you also how to read the market cycle. When you have reached, okay, let me come to the monthly, for example. You see, here on the monthly, we have gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There is no way you would expect it to continue. And I have told everyone listening to my channel that on this first move, we always have average of 5. So once you are above 5 for the first move like this, okay, let's come down here. Let me show you. This, okay, you come from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let's come down here again. You see from here, start from the down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then start to correct. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then correct. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. On this side again, this one moved from here. Let's see from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on average, you have to know what is happening on average for you to know how you can be able to manage your portfolio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you always have. So averagely is always 5. When you go above 5, you should start thinking that something is about to happen, because it cannot continue like that. So if you already caught up in the market, don't panic to sell, or do not think that because of this saga between America and China that it's going to crash and continue just like before. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We are coming here. We are coming to this place. This is where we are coming. And from this area, we're going to also resume our move. We might just consolidate around this area and then we'll resume our move. So do not panic to sell off everything. If you sell off everything, you will always find yourself in that mess of losing money all the time. And besides, I will tell you something, when the market is even dropping and you are buying and accumulating, that is the best for you. Not when it is already going up and then you are buying and accumulating. No, that is even the wrong way of trading. You buy things when they are getting cheap and then you sell them when they are getting expensive. Now we are coming down here. Why did I pick up some stocks here? Because even though it comes down, when it comes down here and I'll pick up more, then I'll also average it down a little bit, and then when it turns back, I'll start making my money. So what I'm expecting is that it's going to get here and then consolidate and then we start going up. So do not panic to make sales. do not sell all your stocks. Rather, you can sell half. You can just sell half of your portfolio, so that by the time you get down here, you can now buy more to be able to add it up and then ride the second level of weekly charts. Thank you. That will be all for now.